everyone, we're here today with the game Running Out of Time, which is actually more of a hybrid game that has a narrative story to it, and it's something that we played all the way through and we got to check out before it's actually fully published. This is a prototype copy without all of the illustrations done.
Yeah, some of the older versions of the tokens, they have better versions now.
Probably,
it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, we got to check it out. It is a narrative storytelling game where you are going through and working through a way to learn how to design a game, and you're also getting to play a game. And you go through, there's kind of 4 preset games where...
4, and then you make one last.
And then you make your own at the last. Yeah. So we checked it out. We really liked it for different reasons. Some of the same reasons too. But I thought Blaise and I would talk about it today and share some of the game with you. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So my reasons for liking the game is we do some homeschooling, and because we homeschool, we approach curriculum a little bit differently, and this has a nice way of approaching the book. And actually we've seen that there's going to be both a teacher's manual and a student version of the game, and that's pretty cool. We didn't get to see quite that, but I can imagine how it goes. And the teacher's version is going to have the questions, and the students are going to have space to write. And so Blaise was able to do a lot of writing in the game.
Yes.
And that was good because we would read the story and then write and talk about what we learned, and there were good prompts and questions. And yeah, go ahead. What do you want to say about that?
So I like it because you're really involved with it. It lets you basically choose the flow of the game, and they give you guidelines. They teach you how to make the game while still following those guidelines. It is a good game, well designed, and I think it a lot of kids would like it.
You'll see that it has this book here. This book here is kind of spiral bound. I think it's going to stick with that spiral bound book that you're going to work through. It has almost a little bit over 100 pages. So you work through the book, you read the story, you get prompts for what you can make better, you get suggestions and also like directions about what is good in game design, what it means to have randomness, different types of randomness, different type of movement, things like that. Those are all great things for game design. I work for a small publisher too, and so seeing these things, this book is published by Fail Faster, which I use in my own game design and development, which is a handy little notebook that gives you prompts and things like that. Also designed by Jay, one of the 2 designers of this game. But Fail Faster notebook for like adults and game designers and so forth is now going to have this for kids, and I think this is going to be really good for use in like homeschooling or in a classroom setting, whether you're doing a single class this way or you're going to integrate it into like a language arts, because there's lots of reading and writing and kind of logical thinking, and I like that. Some of my graduate education was in logic, and so to see that kind of approach to this, I think is really good. I think this is really good for kids, and it's good relationship building stuff too, because it has some fun elements.
I think the story was fun, kind of like... It's my favorite type of story where it throws you off.
Yeah.
And shows you stuff that you don't expect. And
without giving anything away, it shouldn't be a surprise that it is a time story where there's some time travel involved and there's some things you have to do. And the story is loosely connected to the games you play, but ultimately the story could have been anything. They just wrote a neat little story to go along with it. Yeah. If you're going to read it out loud, that's the case. I think it would be nice for like a group reading session, because there is a good amount of text at times. So we broke it up into several different sessions for ourselves and then worked through how to play the game. And Blaise is still working on his final game. What do you think one of the biggest lessons you've learned about game design is so far?
Playtest.
Yeah.
You playtest a lot.
Yeah, why?
And add rules and figure out what rules you need to add along the way of playtesting. And sometimes you're going to add a rule in the middle of a game.
Yeah, because sometimes you think you have a good idea, and then you try it, and almost right away you find out that, it isn't fair, it isn't working the way you wanted, or you've left out something that you thought would be obvious or so forth, right?
Yeah, another thing you have to really consider is having it as fair as possible. Otherwise, it's not going to be very fun for one person, while the other person is going to be really fun for. And that's not really that kind of a fun game.
Yeah, and you found that because of some of the games that you designed in this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at least some kind of balancing in terms of what you're doing and lots of different things.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different components that they give you. You can use them how you want. I think you're kind of going towards like a dexterity game, maybe, right? Is that?
Yeah. It's a flicking game.
Yeah, a game where you're gonna
stuff around.
flick some discs.
As you go to a place and then you have to roll a dice, and if you get this thing, then this thing happens. That's basically what I'm aiming for.
So that's the direction you're going. You can go in lots of different directions with the game. I think that this game and story and all that will be great for kids probably in the 5th to 7th grade age range, depending on their reading level and their ability to focus and things like that. Yeah.
Possibly 4th, or maybe I just read a lot.
Yeah, maybe 4th graders, again, depending on their ability to focus and how you're going to use the game and the narrative and the curriculum. As there is a good amount of space for writing. If you're gonna have a lot of one-on-one time, maybe younger kids, but I think older kids and maybe even like older junior high might like it for designing their game. It just depends on their familiarity with games and game design and things like that. So we like it. We're gonna recommend it. In fact, I might even do a class with it using the teacher guide and the student guide and offer that locally. Because it's pretty cool, and I think that there are other people who would be interested in going through a game design booklet like that.
You could very easily make a game just like this, except for any age.
Yeah.
You could make this,
Yeah, there's definitely older people who would benefit from some of the questions that are put in here. Just like the questions in Fail Faster, they are good questions to help you focus in and see, am I doing things that are helpful to the type of game that I'm looking to create? And those honing in questions, those prompts, those directives were all very useful. It doesn't cover everything, but it covers a lot for the amount of space it has. So I think I recommend Running Out of Time. I think it's a good, helpful tool. Yep. It was fun. We liked it. Yeah. We liked the story. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. Happy gaming.